Greetings, friend. I will give you insider secrets on how to spot Sudoku locked pairs and triples, including one you need to solve this green cell. Click below if you want to give this puzzle a go. And with that, it's solving time. First thing we want to look at is they have these two ones here in rows 4, 5, and 6. You notice there's only two possibilities right here in block 5. This is called Snyder notation. Anytime in a 3x3 block, you have two possibilities for a candidate. Mark them, and in case you solve one of these cells, you can solve the other right away. It's also going to help us find locked candidates. All right, we can now look at the 2s. You'll notice that you have this 2 right here and these 2, so we can solve for 2 here in block 1. And with these 2s and this 2, you can solve for 2 right here. It's the only place in block 3. And with these 2s and this 2, you can solve for 2 right here in block 9. And then it leaves 2 possibilities for a 2 right here and 2 possibilities for a 2 right there. If you're new to this channel, welcome to Smart Hobbies, where I help you turn a passing interest in Sudoku to a fun and enjoyable hobby. Like and subscribe if you want to solve Sudoku better and faster. We're now coming up to our first locked candidates. And we're going to look here in block 2. You notice how this 3 cuts across? There's only 2 possibilities for a 3 right there. And I'll mark that in blue. And so we'll put the 3s here in the corner. And what the deal is that these are called locked candidates because they reside in 2 houses. The 3s are limited to block 2 and they're limited to row 1. Whenever you have locked candidates, these can also act as a pointing pair. What it means is the 3 cannot be anywhere else along row 1. We already know it cannot be here because of this 3, and now it can't be here because if you put a 3 in one of these cells, you'd have no place to put a 3 in block 2. And what this does is it puts a lot of pressure on this cell right here. You might notice that you already have 5 candidates in the column, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And then you add in the 7, 5, and the 3s, you have 8 different digits looking into this cell. There's only one possibility remaining. That cell has to be a 1. And after you solve that for a 1, you want to look and see what does this give us. And the most restriction we have after this is to look straight down column 8. All right, we still need a 3, 5, and a 7. Well, I got 3 and a 7 here, so this has to be your 5, and because of the 7, this is your 3, and then this is the only place for 7 in column 8. All right, we can keep moving with the 3s here. With these 2 3s, we'll mark Snyder 3s in block 7, and then let's look at the 4s. All right, you got these 2 4s, Snyder 4s in block 7 as well, a little bit different spot. If you look in block 3, you might notice you have this 4 and 6 in row 2. I'll get rid of these colors. We're getting closer to figure out what this green cell is. Because it's 4 and 6, the 4 and 6 can't be in these 2 spots. They have to be in these 2 spots, and I'll make those orange. And so when they're limited to only 2 spots, that's a hidden pair. No other candidates can be in there. You can block out every other candidate from those 2 orange squares because the 4 and 6 have to fit there somewhere. And these are not locked candidates because they're in a different column, different rows, but they are a hidden pair. What it creates for us is this 8, 9, the only 2 candidates remaining, which is a locked pair working across row 2. So I'm going to remove the colors here, and we're going to be able to do a little bit more solving here because what it gave us is now, if you look right here, these 3 cells are a triple in row 2, right? It's going to be a 1, 5, or a 7, but it's also a triple within block 1. This is a locked triple. This is the way you find these. You ever see 6 candidates and 3 are limited to the same block, that's a locked triple. And because of these 2 1s, we know we can solve this cell for a 1, and we have a 5, 7 right there. I'm going to get rid of those colors. And then we're going to be able to find another locked triple because you see how this 5 comes up. There's only one place for a 5 in block 6. And now you'll see we have another locked triple. These 3 candidates satisfy a naked triple in block 6 and column 7. And so what can they be? 2, 3, or 4. We know this can't be a 2, and we know this can't be a 3. But now we're getting closer to figuring out what the cell is. It could be a 3 or a 4. I wonder which one it's going to be. All right, we'll move those colors and we'll do some more solving here. I want to thank Wisteria for this fun and engaging puzzle. If you want exclusive access to my monthly puzzle packs that feature cool strategies like this, click on the pin comment below to join the Smarty Party. For a limited time, I'm offering all of my previous puzzle packs for free, but only to members. All right, click down below now. Now with these 5s, we got this 5 cutting across, this 5 coming down. There's only 2 places for a 5 in block 8. That's going to be a pointing pair of 5, so 5 cannot be in this spot anymore. And then with the 6s, we can make some solves here. You see how this 2, 3, 4 is a locked triple? It also acts as a pointing triple. And so 2, 3, 4 cannot be anywhere else along column 7. This has to be a 6 now, and then that's going to be your 4. Awesome. And now with this 6, and this 6 means this cell right here has to be a 6 in block 1. And now with these 2 6s, you can solve for a 6 right here in block 4. And then we have, with these 2 6s, we can mark 6s here in block 8. Doing great. Now let's look at these 7s. We're going to get close to solving this cell here. I think the 7s are going to help us. You have this 7 cutting across row 3. Only 2 places left for 7s up here in block 2. Whenever you see Snyder marks repeated like this, you know you just found another hidden pair. The 3 and 7 are limited to the same 2 cells. It's locked pair and it's a hidden pair, and so that's the only 2 spots the 3 and 7 can be. And this is going to be a locked triple. I'm not going to mark that because I don't think it's going to be necessary for this stage of the puzzle. But what we can do is now look up here and go, we got a 4, 8, 9 missing. I got this 8 and a 9. That's going to be my 4. This is going to be my 8, 9. All right, and now with this 4, we only can say, what does this do for us? Well, it displaces a Snyder 4, allows us to solve for the 4 here, and the 3 there. We have a 5, 7 to complete column 2. I got my 5 there. So that's your 5, and that is your 7. All right, and I'm about to solve this cell right here, but I can tell you after solving this, we're going to have to also figure out what this cell is. So I'm going to mark that in red, and I'll get back to that one here in just a bit. You'll see you have a 5, 8 right here. So the 5 and 8 can't be in this spot in block 4. So the 5, 8 are limited right here. This is another hidden pair locked candidates. And so it pushes the 4 and 7, the remaining 2 digits in block 4 up here. Since we have a 4 right there, this now has to be your 4. This has to be your 7. How does that impact our green cell? Well, you have a 4 here. This now has to be a 3. Okay, so we solved the green cell for 3. But now I said we got to figure out also this red cell, or we're not going to get much further with the puzzle. Awesome. And what's this going to do for our solving? Well, this 7 means that's a 5 and that's a 7. Now we can solve this for 8 and that for 5, disambiguating all these pairs. That's going to be a 9. That's going to be 8. We're going to be able to finish block 7 here as well, because this has got to be your 9 and that's got to be your 6. Okay, now we're starting to work down this area. Let's see if we can solve this red cell. We are looking at where a 3 can be here in block 9. You got these 2 3s, so this has to be a 3. And now I'm going to show you what's called my neat naked triple trick. We don't need the green here anymore. You'll notice is you have 3 possibilities here, right? A 6, 8, and a 9. Well, we have the 6 and the 8 in row 9, and then you have the 6 repeated in row 2. Whenever you have 2 of the 3 candidates in one row and the other one repeated, you can solve all 3. That's my neat naked triple trick, because you know this cell has to be your 6, because that's the only place left for the 6. I'll get out of color mode, and then because the 8's right there, this has to be your 8, and then our red cell is going to be a 9. Okay, awesome. That's how we do it. Neat naked triple trick. And what can we do with this now? We got this 8. We want this disambiguate the 8, 9 right there, because of this 6. Displace that Snyder 6 and solve for a 6 right here. Let's get some more solving in. All right, this 8 is going to do some more damage for us because this is the only place for an 8 in block 9, and then we have the 1 right there. And if you figured this out before me in the video, let me know in the comments how it went. I'd love to hear from you. I answer every comment. Okay, I don't see a 1, or you could say, hey, I got 2 1s here. The only place left for 1's right there. Let's displace that Snyder 1. I want to gobble up these candidates. The less clutter on this screen, the better for us. We got another full house here. Means this now has to be a 9. And what can we do here? Let's look at these 1s, right? We got a 1 to go right there. And then with this 9, I can pull it on up into block 2. So that's a 9. And that's an 8 with these 2 9s. And this 9, I can solve for the 9 right there and solve for the 8 right there. All right. And then what we need further is we just did a couple solves the 8. So I'm going to look at this 8 and go, oh, yep, I can solve for an 8 right there. What we need right here, it looks like a 4 or a 7. I see the 7, so I'm going to pull it on over to block 5. That's what I call it, pulling on over. That's 7, that's a 4. Disambiguate the 4 and the 2, displacing the Snyder 2, so I can easily solve this for a 2. And then what do I have here? It looks like 3 and a 5. I see my 3. I'm going to pull on over, solve for the 3, solve for the 5. This is quicker than trying to look for the full house. You can do that too, but I'd rather just find one candidate to make a good solve. Like this 3 is going to give us the 7 and the 3 up here. We're going to come on down, and I don't see a 7 now in block 8. So that's got to be your 7, displacing that Snyder 5. Get some more insider Sudoku tips with this next video. Thank you so much for watching.